Happy New Year. Just wanted to do a quick live because I haven't done anything on this channel live in a long time. I apologize for the poor lighting in this room. I shall do better. So, Happy New Year. If you're new to this channel, this is Cecil Martial Arts channel. I think the URL says Cecil Taekwondo, but what I do here is talk about anything martial arts related that catches my interest. And it's really main thing is for me to promote the martial arts services that I offer to people. What I teach is my style and my interpretation of the martial arts. And if you do an AI search of what is Cecil martial arts, it's pretty much got a good AI did it right in that instance. It's pretty much a hybrid style that's based on general choice taekwondo, hapkido, and judo, and kyusho jitsu. And I say there's a dab of Western boxing, but I don't have certification in boxing. I did an amateur boxing match, and you can learn to do like this a little bit with me, even though I still can't hit the speed bag to save my life. Though I recently found out about a year ago that that little bit of boxing that I do is technically in Hapkido already. So there you go. You want different ways to think about it. You learn how to punch, kick, throw, and pin, and you do some dance moves that people call forms. Is what I do is geared more for civilian self-defense. It's really not a military application of the thing. Even though if you went to a war zone, you could use the moves. But my focus is on regular, what I call regular smuggler civilian violence, and just protecting yourself against people. So let's hope that with the new year, I may get some new students and we have a new attitude. There's a couple of things that I was thinking about I wanted to stress. Number one, if you're thinking about taking a lesson with me, I'm going to stop caring if people can fight. That's probably sacrilege to a lot of martial artists. I want to stop caring that you can fight. I'm going to care that you can defend yourself. That is the difference. I'm going to care that if you know you're not a good fighter, you can at least avoid and get away from something. I'm going to care that if you decide to be a competitor, that you compete with ethics and honor. I'm going to care about that. But it is now definitely going to be possible that you can get a black belt from me and you may not be that good a fighter because that's where your journey's taking you. Now, the inspiration for that, I'm not going to call out the name of the organization, but I had heard way back in the day, that there was a karate organization that had a black belt that couldn't fight, but he still got a black belt. All the foibles he did along the way to try to learn how to fight and things like that, and things he did that he probably, now that I'm sure he's got some gray hair, much like I do, he probably thinks that may not have been the best way to go, but he got a black belt. Because my thing is going to really be about self-improvement here. Are you improving? Do I see progress? As long as you're progressing, you're going to take Cecil Ryu wherever you want to take Cecil Ryu. I'm going to offer everything I can, and it's up to you to take it. Now, another thing. This was mostly before COVID. Since COVID, I haven't had too much of an opportunity to do but like one demo last year in the summer. I noticed that there are people who are put off by falling and falls. I guess they think that they're going to walk in the door and have to be able to take a hard fall. No. If it's not medically safe for you to take falls, you're not going to take falls. You just have to let me know and probably keep reminding me because I may not remember. But if I know that it's not medically safe for you to take falls, then you're not going to do that. You're still going to have to know how to, by the time you get to black belt, you're going to have to know how to teach someone else how to do it. That, yes. But I've seen quite a few people, and a couple of people even told me, I really like what you're doing. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, man. Don't worry about that. You don't have to come in the door being able to do that. I keep telling them, I would just turn up the heat on you gradually if it's okay for you medically for me to turn up the heat on you gradually. I'm not going to require that. And if push comes to shove, okay, you can throw me. If you need, excuse me, some kind of way to practice the technique and it's just not medically sound for you to take the fall, that's a medical. If there's not a medical and you just don't want to do it out of ego, that's not going to be acceptable. But if it's a medical, you're going to be accommodated because at the time of this video, I'm teaching out of community centers. At the time of this video, that means that I should be accommodating the community. So another thing too is I've seen people, and this is just human nature. They look in the class and they don't see another one of whatever they feel like they are there. Now, I do have to give a lot of people credit though, because if you look at my total student history, it's extremely diverse. It's from way up here, 80 on 80, post 80 to toddler. And I don't know about every income bracket, but I suspect practically every income graphic, every ethnicity at some point has come through my doors. I have even trained people who knew as much English as I knew of their language. And that I think was funny, us trying to communicate with each other, but I still communicate because you can still, communicate through gestures and things like that. So don't be put off. You don't have to be exactly like me to get your black belt. No. No, you don't. No, it's about your journey. It's about me helping you meet that goal. And the last thing I'm going to pontificate about before I start this live stream, I've seen people, and if I'm reading their energy right, they want to do it, but they don't think they can because they don't think they have time, or they think they're too old, or I guess maybe they just feel like they're going to look silly. So look, I got my first black belt as an adult. Now, one advantage I know I had over a lot of other people is that I did start when I was a kid, technically. So I had broken my body in and I kept it loose, literally loose in terms of stretching enough in the lower body. I later took yoga to get the upper body loose so that when I went back into it as an adult, I was not starting from zero. But that doesn't mean anything. Excuse me, because the legendary Chuck Norris, you know who that is? I'm sure you've heard of Chuck Norris. From what I read, Chuck Norris started at 33 years old. And I'm pretty sure that even at Chuck Norris's age, let me look online and see how old is Chuck Norris. I will Google that right now. How old is Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris is 85 years old. I don't think I'm being delusional if I think that Chuck Norris could probably still whoop my behind. I've never met Chuck Norris. I may know people that know Chuck Norris. I probably do know someone that knows Chuck Norris, but I've never met Chuck Norris. I'm going by one of my cousins told me. He told me he met Chuck Norris, and Chuck Norris was the truth. Now, if you were from where I'm from in Maryland, somebody says somebody's the truth, they're good. I suspect that Chuck Norris could probably, could lay me out, even though I am a style founder. Now, could I probably beat Chuck Norris in contest? Maybe, but he was an established tournament fighter, so even that's debatable. But Chuck Norris is in really good shape too. So if he started at 33 years old and he's still practicing and working out and stuff, everybody's seen his Bowflex commercials and whatnot. I'm sure he can still do a few high kicks here and there. If he's able to do that at 85, I think that you'll be fine. I think you'll be just fine. What you have to do is take your time with the movement. Man, it's hypocritical of me to say this because there's an athletic program. I will give the name out, but I'm not going to bring anybody else's name in my stuff anymore. That's another New Year's resolution. That I would like to take. That thing's going to loosen up my body, and as soon as I get myself together with finances, I want to enroll in that. And I'm gonna have to be careful with that because if I do get to like I want to do like gymnastic type movements. I don't think they're gonna help me with self-defense at all. I just think they're fun. People look like they're having a ball doing it, and I want to have fun too. And I think it would make for nice demos. I can already do like a cartwheel and roll and stuff like that. I can do like pre-gymnastic moves already. And they've got people doing that something that challenging, starting from nothing. I figure if they can break their body in, you guys can at least break your body into Cecil martial arts, which is nowhere near that demanding. So, anything else I want to say? Those of you that have been supportive of me up until now, thank you. Those of you who may be coming in the future, thank you. And spread the word about this channel. And one last thing, shameless plug. Around the time, a few weeks before this video, I wrote a book at lulu.com, self-published, called A Martial Arts Philosophy. It is a martial arts philosophy by Cecil Washington. Buy it. I have it in ebook format for $7.99. Hardcover, $8.99. Just get the ebook. I think you should just get the ebook. I think the ebook rendered better. I'll put this in the chat. I'll put the name of the book in the chat, and I will put the link in the chat. So, as I always say, thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share some people that talk about the martial arts and peace. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And though this is technically a little late, Happy New Year! Peace.